You're tuned in to Community Conversations with the Trio, a weekly show that explores key topics in health, education, politics, and business. You can always find us on the web at cctrio.com or get connected with us on Facebook, Twitter, and iTunes by searching The CC Trio. And now, your hosts, the Trio, Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove, on Community Conversations with the Trio.
Well, we are back. Community Conversations with the Trio. This is your main man, Michael Dove. I'm here with Sean D.
That's right.
We are one down, man down. Dr. G is not with us. He is on a well-deserved vacation with his family. I'm sure he's made a stop off to talk, have a little conversation with Tiger, and then go back to his family. But we're hitting here. We're kind of on vacation as well. We're on an off-site studio here. So we are in the public domain. Who knows what we might be hearing? Dogs, cats, screaming babies, I don't know, gunfire. We might hear everything. But we out here in the community.
We don't have no gunfire. What?
We are in the community, and this is Community Conversations with the Trio, back with you with this summer version of our show. So Sean D.
Yes, sir.
How you been, man?
Oh, man, I've been a whirlwind myself. So finishing up class, finishing up the semester, and then getting it in. A little bit of downtime here. Well, I can't really call it all downtime because when you finish, when you're doing classwork and then you're still trying to manage other duties, and that downtime becomes that catch-up time to all the other stuff that fell off the table. So
for those of y'all don't understand what duties, that means being married. You have duties.
Father and married. Yeah.
Yes, father and married. You have duties.
No doubt about that.
Occurs. Well, I hear you, man. But you just came back from your vacation.
Yeah. We went visit family. We were up in Connecticut for a minute to literally, it felt like a minute in Connecticut to a friend of ours. The wife threw a surprise 40th birthday party for him, which is an extreme surprise because his birthday is not till November. So, he was shocked. They didn't know what was going on. We went up there. Did that, and then went to New York and chilled the rest of the week in New York.
New York, big city of dreams. So what did you do up in New York?
We got the chance, actually, we stayed over south of Times Square. We were down in the, closer to the Koreatown. Actually, it's not Koreatown, it's Korea Street, actually. It's actually not even, I don't think it's more than 2 streets worth of space.
New York, I've been to New York, but for those who haven't been, I would say New York does look, the New York experience was the same way I expected it to be. Mm-hmm. And I was happy to see that. But I went to L.A., and that's where I get when you said Korea Street.
Yeah.
I went to L.A., and I'll go to, the Chinese theater, where they have all the Oscars or where the Emmys and all that.
Right.
And I was shocked. The fact that the best part of that is that, like those steps they walk up, that's it. On the side, it was like pawn shops, liquor stores. I mean,
it's a regular block.
It's camera angles.
Yeah, it's camera angles.
I mean, I went to Beverly Hills. Yeah, they are giant houses and they're all rich and it's, that. But it's not like they show on TV.
Right.
I mean, Beverly Hills, it was shut down by midnight. Closed. You saw these clubs, people are having overdoses in the street. I don't know where they were because they weren't in L.A.
Yeah. Well, even in New York, since we did one of the things we did is a bus tour. So part of the bus tour, they took we did the the Uptown bus tour.
The Uptown bus tour.
Yeah, the Uptown.
The Billy Joel bus tour.
I'm sorry. We did the downtown bus tour.
There you go. All right, now know
downtown,
who you are now. Southside.
We did downtown bus tour because it took us around in the area. And one of the spots it was given the history on just pointing out stuff about was Koreatown or Korea Avenue basically. And they were saying that there's more than, even though it was that one street, there were more than 100 shops and 100 businesses on this one strip. Yeah. It was so that was a little surprising, but it was it was busy. It was a lot going on. So it was a good time. We got went up to the Empire State Building, 86th floor.
Yeah, I never
So it was and that was the thing. It's we went up at midnight. The kids were ready to pack it in, but at first they were all excited about it. Then it became got closer to midnight, and we went back to the hotel room real quick and just to kill some time, and then came back out, and then that's when when they hit the hotel room, it was like, oh, relax, So I was like, nah, we rolling out. So we ended up going over and. It was a good experience. It was 86 floors up, and it felt like 86 floors up. So even though there's another, I think it's the 102nd floor you can go up to. That's the top that you can go up to. But that's special. Yeah, that's you, and you have to have special tickets and permission to get up that high. But
you don't need to be up there.
No. We 86th floor was good. 86th floor was good. So took a couple panoramic shots. Saw the Chrysler Building from there. Yeah, it was a lot of walking, of course. Yeah. It's New York, so a lot of walking, subways.
I love
Speaking of which, once we get back on this whole transportation thing, man, I know. You and
I wonder when
Tampa needs to get on this
transportation going
transportation.
to happen again, though. I've not heard anything. Obviously the governor's not even focused on it. Our mayor's, to me, doing a great job in getting businesses and getting, sort of an infrastructure view, but mainly supporting small businesses and bringing technology here. There's a lot of things happening downtown. I was reading today in Tampa Bay Times online that he's, him and Ken Hagan are really getting ready to work with St. Pete, see if we can get the Rays over here. Which to me would be fantastic. Having a Rays stadium downtown like in Channelside would be wonderful. So he's doing all that, but it seems like after that loss, with Pam Arroyo before, I haven't heard anything about light rail, anything. And great cities, man, you got to have it.
Yeah. Well, that's a piece that I think just some better form of transportation would make it a nicer place to get around. Because again, we ended up while we were in New York, we were visiting family, my wife's family. My sister-in-law had a baby shower. They had a baby shower for her on that Saturday. But so she's got family in there, so we were able to travel to Brooklyn. We got to Brooklyn. We got to just jumping on. It took a minute to figure it out, right. Which way. All right, jump on that express, not that express. This is a late night train. It does run 24 hours, but I was like, this is all right. But they start it's 24 hours, but they start running longer in between.
Right,
so you have to catch it, time it right. But still, it was no real issues that we had on there. But made it very convenient to get to where we wanted to be, needed to be, in a very convenient fashion. I did see the week we did come back, was it last week or earlier this week? They had on the subway, the New York subway, they had a shark was found, a dead shark was found on the subway. I kid you not.
Whoa. Okay, let me get
let that sink in there for a minute. Yes.
You were on the subway.
This was on the subway that this was after we got back. So we were reading about the story.
The subway, a subway train.
A subway train, a midnight train. There was a dead shark on the train. Yes, left on the train. Someone found it, thought it was a plush toy, went over, saw that there was blood still dripping from the mouth.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. But it was. It was probably like what is that? Like maybe 2 foot.
Oh, okay. I heard about the alligators in the sewer. I heard about the giant rats.
Oh, wow, yeah.
There
are some giant rats. We did.
I was about to say, did they have the Sharknado? The Sharknado? Did you see that TV show?
I heard about it. Yeah. The Shark Week. They make it all that.
Sharknado going on.
Yeah, they make it all that hoopla. But yeah, it was. So everyone's allowed to ride the subway. The sharks arrived.
They get to the beach.
Everybody was riding. Sleeping people just chilling, sleeping.
Hey man,
everything was happening on there. So
that's the only thing I didn't like about it.
It was a good experience, though.
That it wasn't 24 hours, but I didn't have a car. I lived in DC for 2 years without a vehicle. Didn't need it.
Yeah.
My wife laughs at me because when I have a new place to go or some place I think I'm going on a regular basis, one of the first things I do is I get on Google Maps and I see what buses get there. Mm-hmm. I don't always assume I'm gonna have a car. Now I grew up walking. I've walked. People understand why I can run these 5Ks and these half marathons as big as I am. So, you know what? I've walked. You know, I've been doing this a long time. It's something before you could do it in Tampa with the weather. You could walk places. Second was bus. Now the buses here is nothing compared to a real bus system where you have a bus coming every 15 minutes on the dot.
Right.
Like in DC, they were coming like every 10 minutes. But nevertheless, it was what it was.
Right.
And I would ride the bus. I mean, I know I can get St. Pete. I can get to her job on the bus. She's like, "You gotta ride the bus." I said, "If I had to, yeah, I would."
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's your option, right? If that's the option that
and
you
of course,
have.
if we had some other transit, I would as well. But I do laugh sometimes. I pull up the map and it says like 2 hours.
Well, yeah,
St. Pete,
exactly.
like 2 hours. But it's because how we have you got to catch this bus, catch that bus, catch
Right.
the express, catch another because we don't have a real integrated, fully big city type of where there shouldn't be any place in Hillsborough County you shouldn't be able to get to by bus.
Right.
Period.
Right. Well, and
It
again,
is what
that's
it
this
is.
whole rail system. I
And
know
then the rail system with
they're
this,
redefining the bus even harder. Is they're trying to get more buses into the system, and for the reasons that even of companies bringing jobs here. That's what I heard. That's one of the
Exactly.
issues. You
Gotta
can't
get to work.
move people around easily
and,
enough.
and,
So.
and guess what? You know what we need to research this. I want to look at how much money we're spending on these transportation improvements. Every highway around here has got orange cones.
Yeah,
we're
true
building
that.
something, closing it.
Yeah.
If we took that money and just built better bus mass transit, will we even need to build all that stuff? Will we need 5-lane highways?
Yeah.
If we've been to L.A., I remember, or been to D.C. and the Beltway, obviously parts of New York.
With parking lot driving.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we think we have traffic. We don't know. I remember driving at about 2 a.m. in L.A. from L.A. proper to Brea, which is outside of L.A., near where the Angels play.
Okay.
2 in the morning now. Because we were this is work related, and we were transferring hotels, and we went to dinner and all that. 2 in the morning, man. It looked like it was 5 o'clock rush hour. 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning.
And that's
And I'm like, we don't even know. We don't even have a clue. So we got to get that. But maybe it'll come up again.
Right.
I'm excited that maybe something will spark, like we can get the Rays over here, something like that. Maybe we'll
jump started the idea.
Somebody bring some money in. Maybe Trump will come back. Who knows?
Yeah. So, well, and even with the rail, one of the things that as we look at Tampa and we'll call it the Bay Area, Tampa Bay area, that looking at rail, you got to get folks have got to get involved. They got to get engaged in the conversation because again, the politicians are the ones that are going to end up it'll make its way to the ballot as it did last year,
right.
But it wasn't. It was voted down, or 2 years ago actually. But it was,
tax.
but it was voted down. So they're saying the feedback was that a lot of folks didn't really understand what was really happening, what was to happen, how it was going to work.
That's how they do it.
And
That's how
so
they do it.
there's suppression of information on one hand. That's the possibility, right?
suppression.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's suppression of information on one hand, but there's also someone mentioned that the idea of you also need to change the mindset of individuals who are card mentality.
Suppression. Now you're talking about change
mindsets, man.
You get a little riled up here, man.
You
What's
get
going on?
well. You got to if you're used to, and I'm one of them in regards to I'm card dependent, right? So I like to be able to leave, go when I want, leave when I want, type thing. So. So the ability to drive, that's just kind of in the DNA. So until getting to New York, where it really wasn't about, there were so many ways to get around. It wasn't necessary to drive, but we don't have that immediate structure in place to step into. It's got to be created, but it's created through the demand. And part of that demand is people saying yes, owning up to and being able to say that, yes, I would actually, not even just take the transit, but actually do it when it does come time for it. Because if there's any inkling that there won't be an opportunity to make it back, it is going to die. The idea, the concept is going to die and is going to be problematic. So,
well, I'll tell you this real quick before we take a break here. The issue with that is this one thing, and the same thing to me, the issue with our black population here. When I moved to D.C., I saw a whole different view of what being an African American in the United States is. I saw a whole new life. Mm-hmm. And by seeing that, when I came back, I was like, we need to do these things differently. We need to become professional. Why? Because I saw it. Mm-hmm. I experienced it. I could smell it, taste it. I was in it. And the issue is, I grew up here in Tampa, and everybody, the first thing you try to get when you turn 16 is a car. That's our culture. We are a car culture. We don't have any clue. Most of the people who live in Tampa either don't have a clue what it'd be like to have true mass transportation, or they've moved down from New York and moved down from Chicago, moved down from places that have it, and they've kind of let it go. Kind of like how they say, "Oh, now my blood is thin. Now I can't stand the cold because I moved out of Florida."
That's me. Yeah, that's me.
and they all got the cars. But you can't. I mean, I've had friends from New York that were 20 plus years old, didn't know how to drive. They had to learn how to drive here. Because I used to say, why do we have driving schools? Like, who doesn't know how to drive? All the Northerners,
Yes,
because they didn't need to.
Yeah,
and until we get people coming down here and really going,
I know how to drive, by the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, talking about before, or you know how to drive in snow, but not in rain.
Right. I don't think a lot of people know how to drive in rain down here.
It's different. So that's what I think one of the concerns is we haven't introduced how wonderful it is and how you maybe start that conversation is by having a bus system that literally you have professionals that, out in West Chase and Carrollwood and Wesley Chapel and Riverview and Brandon that can actually jump on the bus and go downtown to work or go to the West Shore Business District to work. That'll change. Because then you go, man, that would just change.
How easy it was to do so.
But people don't know. People know, like I said, I say my wife laughs at me. You're not going to ride a bus. I said, man, that's one of the best things in the world. You get a book, or now we got iPad stuff.
Yeah, that's
chill out and just ride.
And just it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But we'll come back on the other side. We'll just take this short break here, pay a few bills, be back on the other side, and get in some of the other top stories of the area. I heard about this new, I don't know if you heard about the project with the lights underwater down in St. Pete now. So they trying to attract people. This is to attract to do something with the the highlight and illuminate all this stuff. I don't know what they're really talking about, but we'll be back on the other side.
Cruise and Catch Excursions specializes in providing unique and unforgettable experiences on the pristine waters of Tampa Bay. Whether it's an exciting cruise excursion departing from the Tampa Bay Sail Pavilion, Tampa Convention Center, or a day of fishing in the Bay, they promise it'll be a day you'll remember for a lifetime. Previous customers have enjoyed such excursions as birthday or anniversary celebrations, a day out with just the girls or guys, romantic marriage proposals, awesome fishing, and lastly, the ever-popular Romantic Sunset Cruise for Two. Your excursion options are only limited by your imagination. Book yours today. Call them at 813-597-9882 or book online at cruiseandcatchexcursions.com.
Conversation with the Trio. This is your main man, Michael Dove, here with Sean D. We are without, or I believe the Latin word is sans. Sans, Dr. G.
See,
without Dr. G.
That master's degree right there kicking in.
Yeah, sans Dr. G, because he is on a much-deserved vacation. I took my vacation, I think, first, but we had family outing in Orlando. You just took your vacation up in the Northeast, Connecticut, New York City.
New York
City. And Beyonce and all that. And now we have Dr. G out on our East Coast here, playing a little golf, calling Tiger on the cell phone, giving him some advice. But nevertheless, we are back. Just had a great conversation related to on your vacation, which is important. I think one message we want to get out there is it is important to take your vacation. You need that time away and to get that, get your mind right. As I say, transportation will be great. We need that here in the area, and I'm really happy what Mayor Buckhorn is doing, especially trying to get the raise over here. Just trying to make downtown and the city a better place. Tampa is the next great city. It's a great city now, but it's going to be one of the major cities in the next 5 to 10 years. I really believe that. One of the reasons I think this is one of the next great cities is because we do have our sports teams. The Rays, I think they're number 2 now. I mean, we're not really supporting them that well in St. Pete, but they continue to be in the hunt every year. Every year they're in the hunt. Already gone to the World Series at least once, in the hunt. And of course, we have our hockey team been struggling a little bit lately here, but hopefully we're going to see that change. I would love to see us get an NBA team. I don't know if that's even possible with Orlando over there, but man, that would be.
Well, we got an ABA team.
What?
What's the name? I see that name escapes me.
There you go.
It's not the store. I almost want to say the store, but it's the Tampa Bay.
See, that's the problem. Right there. That's the problem.
Rain.
Right there.
It's the rain.
It's the rain. Okay. Well,
it's some weather
okay.
phenomenon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Rain.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Rain.
We obviously
ABA.
have the Storm.
Right.
They have multiple championships.
Right.
And then you know what time it is?
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's football time. NFL is back.
Yeah.
I have my season tickets. You got yours?
Oh,
No, of course not. You're not in Philadelphia.
yeah. But actually, I will be at I believe the Eagles are coming this year to Tampa Bay to play the Bucs.
I got to make sure I'm at that game.
Yeah. So
why would the Eagles come?
yeah, they come it's like every couple of years they come down to Tampa Bay. That's when Adam was it not Vinatieri? Who was it that kicked that 50-yard? He set the record 60-yard field goal and to beat the Eagles. Yeah, here. Yeah. It's Eagles remember that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It was not fun. Not fun at all. But yeah. So yes, it is football season. I saw a lot of preseason games. I think there's a couple more today. But yeah, it should be a good time, good season. We'll see how it goes. Everything is up in the air. Fantasy league football is starting up. About to get the draft on, and so on and so forth.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I did. We took a time off last year. Well, hopefully, our man Reginald Gray get us back on. Our commissioner get us back in and on track. I really found I learned a lot about the game. People kind of joke, because really, what is fantasy football? It's like Dungeons and Dragons for sports folks, right? I mean, you really think no one wants to say that, but that's what it's like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, where
I'll trade you one Tom Brady.
Exactly. But when you get into it, you have to
learn Larry Fitzgerald,
right? About more teams, and I actually found that I learned a lot more about football than just the Bucs, because I have to know about all the teams. So I think it's a great great add-on. But it's just a great time of year. It seems like not only is it you got the Christmas and you have all these holidays coming up, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. You got football. The weather here gets really nice. It's just a great time out here in Tampa, Florida. I'm looking forward to it. I think we have some really great stories in the NFL this year. We have some quarterback competitions. Philadelphia definitely has one.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that's going to work out? New offense,
new coach. Yeah, they bring in. So they played last night. I got to. I saw the first half of the game. It looked interesting. They had because they using that up tempo. The coach is Chip Kelly from Oregon, who had that up tempo style of play. They're on a routine. That was that's one of the things that was a question of yes, that works in college, but we working with guys who've got some additional years on them, and can they a lot of it has to do with conditioning, no doubt, but can they keep that pace up for a 16-game season, and then if playoffs are there, then make it continue on through the playoffs with that same style. But one of the comments that Chip Kelly made is that the idea was that high powered, high octane offense is one tool in the chess kind of thing. So it's not, it's more like so to me, it's more like how even Brady does it, but Peyton Manning, well known for that up tempo, at this, drop of a hat, no substitutions, get up quick to the ball, snap, next play, already running it, calling plays at the line of scrimmage, that sort of thing. So
there you go.
It's so it's that kind of. It seems more to be that style of offense of the Peyton Manning genre than the true just all out. This is for the next 4 quarters. We are running a no huddle offense, the whole entire time. So that's which I think that's the idea folks had because of who was coming in with Chip Kelly, but that is not the style. You couldn't manage that. I mean, they couldn't sustain that. I don't think.
We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be exciting.
But it'll be Mike Vick's job. I think it's Vick's job.
I think Vick's going to get it, huh?
Yeah, he had a nice, solid. He had protection last night, and what?
Yeah, doesn't that make a big difference?
It's tough to throw balls from your back. It's tough to throw accurate passes
and your front.
You're getting people attacking you all around your ankles every time you try to drop back. So there's as every other season, high hopes. high hopes.
Man,
Hope lives eternal. Is that springs eternal? Hope springs eternal.
I'm hoping to see, see what he does. I'd like to see Mike Vick at least get to some semblance of his skills in the past, before he gets out of this league. We have, our other team for the CC Trio is Dallas Cowboys. We know who their quarterback is. There's no quarterback controversy.
Just sign him to an extension over there.
Dallas Cowboys.
Super extension.
I don't know.
He did well. Cowboys are they have moments of greatness. They have flashes.
Right.
Flashes. Tony Romo, and it's through Romo. He shows
good
moments of he can turn it over, but he can also he can blow you up for some big plays. And with they're saying that connection with Des Bryant right now, they're poised to be a contender to win games. Now, a contender to win a championship,
I don't know, Dr. G.
But a contender to win games, no doubt. So
I almost don't think they want to win games. To be honest with you, win championships because I think it's the
championships. Okay,
I think that they
already got enough. Is that what you're saying?
The allure of the Dallas Cowboys. You got to think, regardless of what we feel as fans, it's still a business. Mm-hmm. And the allure of the Cowboys will just never wane. It just looks like they are just the Cowboys are just the Cowboys, America's team, as they say. And Jerry Jones doesn't seem to really worry, even though he says a lot. The Cowboys has kind of been the Cowboys for a while. Since the Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin days, they've been kind of who they are. And everybody keep coming back. $1 billion stadium and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure he has a real focus to never take it to the end. It's kind of like the Lakers.
I didn't even wear a Lakers shirt. I had it out. I was about to wear. I was like, nope, I'm not even going to do it.
You can say all you want.
Still found a way to work it in.
You can say all you want about the Lakers. The Lakers are the Lakers. They're not going anywhere. Everybody's going to come to a late game. It's prestigious to be there. I can't even speak right now. Prestigious to be there, and I almost wonder if
the Lakers trip you up right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the Kobe was on voodoo or something. That's just as long as they show up and kind of make a little flash and make you feel good, they're there. So I think Dallas is in the same way. Now my team, the Buccaneers, we definitely rode to the top. Warren Sapp just got into the Hall of Fame. Which is fantastic. I believe he's the second Buck. I know Leroy Selmon was the first, but he's the second Buccaneer in the Hall of Fame. I know the next one will be Derrick Brooks for sure. I'm not sure about Lynch or some of the others, but definitely that. Technically, though, since we are the quarterback camp for the NFL, we have several people. Steve Young was here. So he's in the Hall of Fame. We had a few of them come through here.
You just set them up. They come to Tampa to get the game right and go someplace else. Is that what it is? Do it work.
But we have a new coach.
But I was about to say, you got Josh over there who's still proving himself. I think he's got because these two shows flashes. But that I can't remember is your line. You're like because you got blown out in the preseason game against the Ravens. But it's preseason. Understand?
They're saying it might have been a little bit of special teams issues there, not so much of the play. What we have to concern with is we have the muscle hamster and the running back, but we don't have really
the muscle hamster.
That's what they call him.
That's right, folks. You heard it, muscle hamster.
But we need to make sure we got a strong running back core. Just can't have one running back. Freeman's got to be consistent. And then you know what really killed us last year was our defense. And now we got Revis. I think they're calling it the defense now. They're calling it the no-fly zone. Well, I hope it is. We're gonna be in trouble if it's not.
If he can get back to his form, his old form there. He did. He was like the DeAndre shut a whole side of the field down. That kind of thing.
See.
But,
We'll see. They said though, what I've been reading on is that his partner, his peer on the other side. I apologize, I forget his name now. I think he's a rookie. He did pretty well in preseason, so. We're hoping to see.
I think, the draft. They were saying that he's kind of the complement.
Right,
he'd be able to complement him well.
We still have Vincent Jackson, so it should be an interesting year.
Yeah, I just dropped Vincent Jackson off my fantasy team. I've got keeper league, so I had to only keep 4.
Oh,
so
dang. Okay.
Jackson is off the list.
Well, maybe that'll help us out.
Not to be on my list.
Football is definitely coming. We got the Tiger issues, and I don't think there's a Tiger issue. I really have settled myself and understand that Tiger is back. They say Tiger's not back because he hasn't won a major, but Tiger is back. He's number 1 in the world. He's most money ever. I think he's still have top in wins. I think he's won 4 times this year or 5 times this year already. He's doing what he needs to do. He's not winning the big ones, if you will. And I think the time when he says, "Hey, I don't need to win the big one. I can, but I don't need to." It's not like he hasn't won them before. That's when he'll start winning again. I think he goes out there and it looks like he's just trying too hard. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I like that at least he'll get it. If he can get a top 10 finish, I'll be satisfied with his performance, and golf will stay exciting.
Yeah. Well, it's and I got a chance to watch some of it yesterday. He had Duffner going for the record, actually PGA record. He's 1 shot off the record.
One shot off.
So he shot a 63. He had a chance for a 62, but left the birdie short. And what did they tell you, Dove?
Make it go long. Right?
Go long. Never leave it short.
Never
leave it short. But I think he did say afterwards. He's a guy who doesn't show emotion. That's they joke about him all the time. He has one look on his face, which is pretty cool, actually. I mean, you don't play poker with him kind of thing, right? He has one look on his face the whole entire time. Whether you don't know if he birdied or just shot triple bogey kind of thing. He looks exactly the same. But he was saying that the nerves he did when he got to the putt, he did feel kind of the nerves catching up to him a little bit on the potential to make history. So
golf kills you with that.
Left it short, but. Kills you with what?
The nerves.
The nerves.
It's amazing to hit that little ball, and all it takes is just a brief thought of something else, or a bird flying, or someone clapping, a camera flashing. Because I used to think that's kind of being a little bit anal when can you please put the camera down? I was like, you getting paid $1 million. You let the camera bother you. You got 1,000 people watching. That would bother me. Right. The cameras would be nothing.
that don't happen on Kobe Bryant. The free throws, right?
That's true. Well, that's
NBA, NFL. So cameras are allowed there, yelling, screaming. But golf is they call it the gentleman's game, right? So
I think I learned a little bit when we played in New Orleans that I have to take a breath before each shot, because I do go up there and I kind of got things on my mind. I'm still trying to be not get too involved in it, too mental about it, where you start throwing clubs. I'm just hitting the ball and it goes, it does, because I want to make sure I establish a routine that I don't get all upset. I'll see people get very engaged. Either one, so competitive, they talking all kind of junk and all this stuff, and or others that just get upset. I've seen people throw clubs or cursing and all that.
Right.
But I realize you have to kind of calm your nerves if you're going to play that game right. So we'll see.
Right.
So we got baseball. A-Rod back in New York. You should have stayed so you can see A-Rod.
See him.
An A-bomb from A-Rod.
And he bombed. So, so he went 0 for 4. But, A-Rod. So the idea now is the talk, and has been for a long time, is this whole integrity issue within sports and what it means to the kids. Because Dove, you're out, you're mentoring, you're mentoring, you're talking with kids.
Everybody lies, kids. Everybody lies.
Well, but you're out there trying to the goals, and you ask them what they want to be, and sports is sports lines it up as typically number one. That what some kind of sport lines up as number one out most. The majority. I'm not saying all, but the majority of any of kids that we mentor, we see, that's what they want to do. It's football, basketball, baseball, so some kind of sports area. And so your heroes are your role models that are in those sports. The ones that are making all the big guys. A-Rod's the top paid player. So you got his issues. You had the Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire issues from back in the day. You have, you got even in cycling, even more dope in there. So even cycling is going crazy.
Make it legal in cycling.
Even golf, you have VJ Scene with deer antler spray. They were talking about that.
We got to find some of that.
The deer antler spray?
I just got to understand that. Deer antler spray. I'm going to look that up.
Yep. Yep. So there's all types of stuff out there, man.
but the thing
Try to
is,
get that edge. You know, it's always getting the edge.
and that's you hit it right on the head. I was just about to say that. You talk about mentoring kids, right? And what do we tell them? Well, definitely we have wisdom now. Right? We're old enough. I think you gain wisdom after you get out of your 20s. You start mid-30s and up. You actually wisdom is to me different than knowledge, different than experience. It's experience with knowledge, with failures and triumph. You know, it's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
We know that you need to do what you need to do in order to get ahead in this world. We can talk about all the nice thing and be not, but really, when it comes down to it, if you really want something bad enough, you have to be willing to go to the ends of the earth. It ain't about, quite frankly, it ain't about integrity and all. It's not really in the real world. In the real, Obama didn't become president because he was chaste and went to church every Sunday and he was always honest and always. I'm sure he has a great deal more than most men or women. Most people. That's why he's elevated to a position. That's why he is who he is. But I'm sure in the back rooms of Chicago, some things went down. Okay, things have gone down. But why? Because
Chicago seems to have a history.
Yeah, exactly. Because hey, that's how you have to do it. That's how you have to do it.
So,
now we don't tell our kids that because we need them to learn that through experience and wisdom. Because if you tell them that, then you got a little 12-year-old.
But where's the ethics, man? Where's the ethics?
Well, the thing is,
I have a class coming up actually this semester, ethics and education. So where's the ethical line?
And the thing is,
what is ethics really?
I think the line is blurred by money. I think that no one has
root of all evil.
Yeah, no one has a problem being moral and ethical when their needs are met. We talk about it just lost me on the hierarchy of needs.
No, Maslow,
yeah, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you get to a certain level of those needs, I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty, I have shelter, I feel comfortable myself. Being moral and ethical is fairly easy. But when you start messing with that stuff, or I perceive needs that aren't really needs, like people want money. I was telling some students sometime, I don't remember when it was, about, do you realize that this is a piece of paper? And the only reason this is worth something, because it used to be, tied to gold, right? It's not even tied to anything. This is a piece of paper that someone told us is worth something.
Yeah.
And we will kill for it. It's a piece of paper.
That's an all-important piece of paper right there, though.
And so when you
affords you to do other things.
Think about ethics in education. I think education would work fine, except one, we don't pay the teachers enough money. The people who are getting paid are these vendors and these colleges figuring out ways to get what? Money. And I don't know a college out there that says, my goal is to educate fully 100,000 people. You can read a college mission statement and they'll say a lot of things, but no one says that's my goal. However I can do it. Their goal is to, have researchers and all this. Well, why do you need all that? The football team. What do you need a football team for? Money.
Yeah.
Money.
That's what brings it in. Engineering is not bringing it in.
Why would Johnny Football sign in a hotel room, sign helmets? Why would you? To me, if I'm famous, if God allows me to ever become even 15 minutes of fame where people actually want my autograph, I want to look at you when I'm signing my autograph. I want to know who, let's say we get our book off. I want to look here. Thank you. You're a fan, right? Why the hell would I sign 100 books? I don't know who's going to get money, right? Because when you sign the book, it's worth more.
Yeah.
And ethics. Look at sports. There's so much money. I'm A-Rod, right? I'm top guy. I'm a Hall of Famer. I love playing baseball. I think that's what I do. I may not speak well. I may not read well. I may, whatever. I'm not saying A-Rod's like, but I'm just saying I probably don't have anything other than that I'm really tops in. Because, they talk about his personality. It's not really, he's not really the greatest guy in the world. And they talk about a lot of things that just aren't positive about A-Rod. But baseball, that's it. That is A-Rod is baseball. I mean, when you think about, okay, now your hip hurts. You're going to lose that. Yeah, you got money, but you're not A-Rod anymore.
Yeah,
someone comes to you, hey, I can fix that. Just drink this. And it's ethical more. I mean, I said, whoa, look at the Maslow hierarchy
You
of needs.
start messing with my money. Is that what you saying?
Yeah, the top need. Well, no, it's not just the money, but one of the top needs is self-actualization. That how I feel about myself. Some of these people are doing this because that's all they do. They're baseball players. That's what they do. That's it. That's them.
That's how they identify.
And they're going to lose that. He said, hey, take this pill. So what if you were a teacher? I'm losing my memory. I'm having trouble reading. And someone says, hey, no problem. I can fix that. You can teach for 15 more years. Top notch. Just take this pill. Now, would you do it? Well, wait a minute. This might not be ethical. Will I pass a drug test? Hey, you ain't going to have to worry about a drug test if you don't take this and you're not a teacher anymore, or you're not a police officer, or you're not the mayor. And to me, that's what draws the ethics. So it's hard. It's hard for, someone's coming. I told you, gunshots, dogs, or babies. We're going to have one of them.
You're going to have them all.
But, so to me, that's what to me, the ethical. Because I think about it, too. So I've had to sit. I told you I'm looking at, opportunities. And I saw some great opportunities out there, some great public service roles, executive director roles, some great places to work. Mm-hmm. Hey, at the end of the day, how much is the salary?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah. My wife likes stuff.
That's what it is. You blaming the wife on that?
They like stuff.
Yeah.
And they're going to get it.
Yeah.
And so, to me, that's the thing. So when I see these guys baseball, I think we need to think a little bit more broader. It's not like the evil empire. It's not like these guys. I think these guys are doing what they have to do. And when people do that in other arenas, we ignore it. When politicians do that, well, we don't necessarily ignore it, but we kind of let them, we say, they're politicians. When a lawyer does that, we go, that's lawyers. Lawyers are this and that, and blah, blah, blah. We let them go. I think the same way. Everyone's kind of built that way around a lot of money. Let the man just play baseball.
So just let a man.
It's going to come around. They're putting things in their body that's not meant to be there. They're going to pay for this in more ways than anyone they ever punish him now. Just let the man play baseball.
Yeah. Well, it's they also they already suspended him. Now is all the back and
forth. But he'll probably get about 100 games, and that's fine. Whatever. But I will say this last point on baseball, which makes me laugh. Of all the sports that I've heard about, cheating. I don't really hear about it in golf. I don't really hear about it in tennis. In football, they talk about cheating all the time in the sense of, the man on man, poking people in the eye, spitting in the face, pulling the face mask. That's almost taken as, because it's a gladiator sport. That's a good thing. Get a couple cheap shots in. That's like a positive.
It's praise.
You get praise in NFL for cheating. Basketball, the flopping, for the few years that was in place, that wasn't a big deal. Then it became just circus-like. No one even touched the guy.
Yeah.
Baseball, though, for hundreds of years, the black socks and tar in the bats, the corked bats, spitting on the balls, stick-ums. They showed them, even this last year, they showed that players were wearing sunscreen indoors. Sunscreen indoors, and they would rub the sunscreen, and it helps them get a grip on the ball.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is, wearing sunscreen in baseball it makes sense. You're outside. Normally. We're showing them in domes wearing sunscreen. I'm like, baseball need to come clean.
So the ethics of it all.
Hey, man, like that.
Back to ethics.
Like the race in France. Come on, man.
Yeah.
When every person who won the Tour de France in the past, I believe it's 7 to 8 years, if not more. Well, it has to be more because your boy won it 7 times, I think. So let's say the past 10, 15 years, and all the people after him, the people who won, all were doping.
All are doping?
All of them. When everybody who wins is doping, instead of trying to berate them, realize that's how y'all do what y'all do. Either one, let them do it, or two, say, hey, I'm not going to berate anybody.
Right. Well, you got the Olympic sports too, so the Olympics has been.
That's hard. That bothers me. When you have 4 years that you train for something, and you screw it up like that, I don't get that.
I think it's the Ben Johnson story.
I don't get that.
But there's a lot of that. So where does we have to maybe do a show on the ethical lines.
After you take your ethics class,
we'll do the show on the ethical lines.
Then we'll see what you come back with. But I think ethics is I still say the lines are great when you add person's needs, most especially money. When you add wealth, ethics become a little better because, are we ethical? I don't mind them using the drones. I think I'd rather use drones.
See, now you're switching up.
But before you hit the bomb out,
before you hit the drones, they say that's the thing. Is it you're attacking using drones? Yes, you're saving American, quote unquote, American lives, but
I
you're
agree.
taking and creating new terrorists because of that whole idea. But let's we'll take a quick another brief pause here to and hit some of that on the way back, and then before we close out. All right. We'll be right back.
Cruise and Catch Excursions specializes in providing unique and unforgettable experiences on the pristine waters of Tampa Bay. Whether it's an exciting cruise excursion departing from the Tampa Bay Sail Pavilion, Tampa Convention Center, or a day of fishing in the Bay, they promise it'll be a day you'll remember for a lifetime. Previous customers have enjoyed such excursions as birthday or anniversary celebrations, a day out with just the girls or guys, romantic marriage proposals, awesome fishing, and lastly, the ever-popular romantic sunset cruise for two. Your excursion options are only limited by your imagination. Book yours today. Call them at 813-597-9882 or book online at cruiseandcatchexcursions.com.
Welcome back into the ride. Just kicking it here on a Saturday morning. Hopefully everyone's is out enjoying their Saturday somewhere. Hopefully it's a good day. I know we had Dove getting there all excited on the whole ethics piece. But,
man, nothing to go.
We have to get back on that. So we'll come back on that ethics piece and to have a little bit more detailed discussion of that at some point. But just a lot going on. Talking about being a Saturday, actually USF graduating. There's a graduation USF today at
Congratulations.
Tampa main campus there.
Go
so
Bulls.
I know the newly minted Dr. Cometta Stokes is graduating today. So PhD adult education finished. As you and I both share that adult education in the master's side of the equation.
Right.
So shout out there. They have their graduation. So we're gonna swing by there for a little bit and go party this afternoon. And then I don't know if you heard, man, over at Mosey they're doing there's a meteor shower tonight that is going to be a major piece. They can't be saying they're doing the lock-in at Mosey.
Lock-in?
Families. So you can have a family. Gathering, or you can go in and sleeping bags, camping in actually. Camping in over at Mosey. Just things to do. I know they're having the all white party is tonight as well.
The Vanilla Skies.
Vanilla Skies. Yep. So there's a lot happening around Tampa. Just a few things there, but. I don't know. You're always doing something yourself, man.
I'm studying. Actually,
studying.
I'm at class
What?
reunion. Doing King High School class of 1988. We actually have an event tonight, and I'm going to see about maybe stopping by there, but it really is going to depend on my learning here. I'm trying to be like you, man. I'm trying to be smart. I used to be able to go to class and listen to everything and maybe read a little bit and to take tests and pass. I'm getting old now.
You're going to take a little bit more than that now.
Yeah. Whoa, what you say? Say it in my good ear. Yeah, I gotta take this.
Nice.
There's different about when you're going to school for the goal of just gaining additional education, just really learning and feeling. But this right here, man, I can use this. My goal is to be able to build, with our work with Women Black Men in Tampa Bay, as well as with my fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma. One of the things that is really coming up is being, illiterate in the economy and literate in finances. We have to be better with that. We do programs with our kids. We do the small business and entrepreneurship. But as long as I've been in banking 22 years, I don't know a lot about insurance, annuities, mutual funds. I really don't. And people ask me about it, like thinking I know.
Well, you're a banker.
Yeah,
You're a banker.
I have no idea. What do you? I have to go to people for my insurance, and they tell me what they tell me. and I realized.
Well, Dove, you can't know it all, man. That's what I've
damn
been
sure
learning.
I'm trying, though.
See what I said? You'll be running around like crazy. You can't know it all.
That
you
keeps you
surround
alive.
yourself with good people. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah.
That's why I keep
I'm
with
on
Michael
my own.
Dove and a main man, Michael Dove, and Dr. G around.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with good people.
I'm
and
still get that.
That's
that
how you get
doctorate.
through.
I'm gonna try to get that EDD, but I'm gonna the application is due in October.
Okay.
So I didn't forget. I'm gonna put it in.
All right.
But I'm gonna get this certification in life annuities and health insurance, so we can do our programs to support of health and wellness, as well as economic empowerment for the 100, among other things, social action and for the Phi Beta Sigma, and do some programs in the community about these things and be able to direct people where they can get these products. 'Cause a lot of us just aren't doing the right thing. Get my Series 6. You have to know you can't always count on other people to do things for you. So
Right.
I'm learning, man, and got 35 hours more work to do.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's serious.
Yeah.
And that's before I take the test.
Good luck with that. No
yeah,
doubt.
that's class.
That's just class time,
Then
yeah.
studying, I need 30 hours, and then I take the 2-hour test. So tonight I might be locked in. I'm about to see.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna try to get people, man. Maybe if you go into that planetarium, we don't use our Skype and all that. People need to be hey, show us a
Checking
picture,
it out,
show
yeah.
what's going on. I can't be there, but walk around with your phone. I see it, like, hey.
well, it's I'll be at the party. I won't be at the Mosey, but I'll be at the party for
So meteor shower, we're not gonna be able to see it with naked eye, or
they would say that you can using their planetarium, you can get a better look at it. And just see it.
maybe it'll be on the internet.
Yeah. So but it's a very cool concept. Found out about it late. But it's something that folks, if they're looking for something to do, that's something you can do.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
But the Grown and Sexy Fund over there with the Vanilla Sky.
Where's it gonna be at? Do you remember?
It was down. They changed it. It's down in Ybor. They changed the location
Okay.
of where it's at down in Ybor. But if you just go to vanillaskies.com, I believe is their website, and that'll get you. I don't know Vanilla Skies. I forgot the website name, but yeah, if you just search Vanilla Skies, a degree of better. Thank you, a degree of better. So that's who's hosting it. And they've been doing it for a long time, doing
That's
events.
One of his top-notch events. He does a great job every year.
Yeah. So, but there's a lot going on, of course. So get out, enjoy yourselves. Hopefully you can get a chance to, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, enjoy this weather. We'll have beautiful weather for a little bit, but I think it's going to rain later today. I mean, again, it's Florida in the summertime.
Yeah, it rains every day.
It
By
rains
4
every
and
day.
6, and then it's over.
And then it's over. That's the other beautiful thing.
That tornado warning last night.
Last night, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So my wife was driving in a little bit of it.
Oh, no.
Before she got hunkered down over at visiting some folks. But so it's Florida. This is what you get in Florida.
It's exciting.
Before we get to hurricane season, this is pre-hurricane season. So.
No, we're in hurricane season.
Oh no, I thought it started till September.
We in it.
Oh, this is the official start.
Yeah.
I thought we were.
It ends.
I thought we had a minute.
November, I think, but we're in hurricane season.
Oh,
There's
okay.
been several. We just they haven't come here.
No, well, that's what I'm talking about. The ones that hit
exactly.
closer,
Yeah.
that really give you the scare.
Anyone hit the golf course to go. Here we go.
Yeah. But again, appreciate you tuning in. As always, you've been listening to the trio.
Give us a feedback.
Twitter, Facebook. You can hit us up all types of ways. So
CC Trio,
the CC Trio. All right. So
Thanks
peace.
for listening. We hope you enjoyed another entertaining episode of Community Conversations with the Trio. To keep the conversation going, stay connected with us by visiting cctrio.com and following us on Facebook, Twitter, and iTunes by searching The CC Trio. Community Conversations with the Trio. Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove.